Hi everyone, welcome back to Magic School. The last video we did was about my seminar and all that, but today we're moving into another course I'm offering in school, plants biochemistry. So more like talking about plants and then the biochemistry of plants. Literally just the course title. That's what we're looking at. So yeah, plants are living things, and all living things have cells. So we should start from there. And cells are the structural and functional, the basic structural and functional unit of life, which means plants also have cells. So now, plant cells are actually eukaryotes, same as animal cells. We have eukaryotic cells. These are cells with true nucleus. Cells with true nucleus, while prokaryotes don't have a true nucleus and all that. So but that's not what we are going into. We are talking about plant cell. Now plant cell and animal cells are quite different, because the plant cell is actually kind of larger than the animal cells and also has some few organelles that are not present in the animal cell. They're not present in animal cells, and this therefore gives the plant cell some distinct characteristics compared to an animal cell. Now let's talk about some of what is seen in plant cells that are not seen in animal cells, that actually brings about the difference between both of them. So now, first of all, the plant cell has cell wall. Now the cell wall is more like an outer layer before the cell membrane. Now animal cells do have cell membranes, but plant cells have cell membrane and also have cell wall. Now the cell wall could have the primary cell wall and the secondary cell wall, depending on whether the cell is just growing or whether the cell is actually matured. It could either be a primary cell or secondary cell. We'll be going into that in details later. But now the cell wall is composed, or can be composed, of cellulose, hemicellulose, peptine, lignin, polysaccharides and glycoproteins. Now these are the major components of the cell walls. So now this cell walls helps to give the plant cell a shape, and also protects the cell against mechanical stress, and also prevents unwanted molecules from coming into the cell. So more like it's act like a sieve, preventing detecting what can enter and what shouldn't enter the cell. Now we also go on to have the nucleus. Both cells have the nucleus, the animal and plant cell. The nucleus contains the genetic material that goes on to eventually direct what that plant cell will eventually be. Or let's talk about some distinct organelles that are present in the plant cells. First we have the central volcule. Now the central volcule is more like it occupies 30% of the plant cell, which is a large amount for just one organelle. And now its major function is for storage. And now it also has its own kind of membrane that covers it, and the name of this membrane is chloroplasst. That's the name of the membrane that houses or surrounds the central volcule. Now another organelle that is particular to plant cell is the chloroplast. Now chloroplast is classified under plastids. Plastids are membrane-bound organelles that have their own DNA. Now they can be used for storage of macromolecules, or they can be used for photosynthesis. Now these plastids are divided into two. We have the leucoplast, and then this is where we have the chloroplast. Now the leucoplast are seen in non-photosynthetic cells. Now these are cells that they are not needed for photosynthesis. So now what these leucoplasts do is for storage of protein, lipids and starch and carbohydrates. Now for the chloroplast. Now the chloroplast contains a green pigment called chlorophyll that is used to trap energy from the sunlight, to use to produce macromolecules such as glucose. Now it involves the use of water and also CO2, carbon dioxide, and a complex process to eventually form glucose at the end. Now this chloroplast is kind of disc shaped. In it there's a fluid that is called the stroma, and in the stroma there is circular DNA. So this chloroplast is eventually used for photosynthesis. Now the process of photosynthesis involves two stages. Now the first stage is the light reaction, and the second stage is this dark reaction, which can also be called the Calvin-Benson cycle. So from the light reaction, ATP and NADPH is produced, that eventually is transported or used in the dark reaction to form glucose. This light reaction is more like a reaction that takes place when there is light, like when there is sunlight, when the plant is like during the day, while the dark reaction can takes place during the night. Yes, can take place during the night, and that reaction doesn't require sunlight. All photosynthetic organisms have chlorophyll A, and there are also accessory pigments. Now the accessory pigments absorbs light energy that this chlorophyll A doesn't absorb. So now all chlorophylls, they have a lipophilic tail and a hydrophilic head. Lipophilic in the sense that is lipid soluble, and hydrophilic in the sense that is water soluble. Now the head and the tail is attached by an ester bond. Now in the head, it has the head of the chlorophyll has magnesium ion in the center, and in different chlorophylls there are different side groups that are also attached in the head. Now example of these accessory pigments that we have is we have chlorophyll B, and we also have chlorophyll C, D and E, and these are found in protistans and algae. And then also for the accessory pigments, we also have xanthophylls, and we also have carotenoid. So those are the other accessory pigments. Now in the next video, we'll be talking about this light and dark reaction, going into details of how the ATP, NADPH, and eventually the glucose is being produced utilizing sunlight, utilizing CO2, and also utilizing H2O. So that is it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and look forward to the next video, because it's going to be more explanatory, giving more details of what wasn't touched in this video. Bye.